Hello and welcome to the ComSpark Magazine interview series. I am Brian Kaiser, founder and president of Vernovus, and we are partnering with ComSpark Magazine in a series of interviews. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Tony Otan. He's the executive vice president of R&D at Jonas Fitness. Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Hey, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you bet, man. Looking forward to a good conversation. Let's jump right in. Can you tell me, Tony, a little bit about your background and how you got started with Jonas Fitness?
Sure. So I was actually working for a software shop. It was actually based out of London, Ontario, called Enisoft Canada. I was a remote employee living in South Louisiana and would do their trainings for them across the country at most universities and colleges, and had been with Enisoft since about 2010. And about 2017, we were acquired by a company called Jonas Software. And Jonas Software is an aggregator of software companies. And so they're buying in specific vertical markets. And so specifically, we were in that recreation space. And so they were going after us to add to their recreation vertical. After some amount of time in the Jonas software family, I got the opportunity to move over to Jonas Fitness, a sister company of Enisoft, and that's kind of where I am today, is helping lead our R&D shop at JFI.
Sounds good. Can you unpack for us a little bit, what your role is with Jonas Fitness? What does R&D encompass there?
So it's an interesting setup specifically at JFI because we have our infrastructure teams and our research and development shop that kind of all roll up to me at JFI. And that is a different setup than you'll see at a lot of traditional technology companies. And I think a bit of that is around my background, and I have a background in IT and have slowly moved into R&D, into the product side, and then into the development side through my career. So that's kind of how we have structured our R&D shop, and specifically my responsibilities are just about setting vision and purpose and intertwining them with our customers' needs. So
great. So, have you made any recent or planned updates, features, new additions, new services? Kind of tell us what's going on over there.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things that we've done recently is in response to the pandemic. We have these fitness customers who, honestly, they've been hit hard by the pandemic. And so one of the features that we added them is through our online member experience portal. We've added the ability for our customers to insert their Zoom links or their YouTube lives, so that way they can carry on their class and their session. That way they can keep their businesses open. They can bill, and that allows them to keep a continued revenue stream, and they're still servicing their market. And because really what they bring that differentiates them from other online services is that personal experience they're used to getting from their member to their favorite PT person, and that's the experience you really get from your local club. As far as where we're going and what we have planned, I am really excited about some of the things that we're doing. We're on this cloud journey at JFI, and we've been living in this traditional data center. We have, Colo data center between Richardson, Texas and Philadelphia. And, we're excited about our journey to AWS. And a big part of that journey is not just lifting and shifting our application, but actually modernizing and making drastic improvements to the way that the application operates, so we can improve upon our CI/CD pipeline and get updates and features to customers faster, because that's really what we're about. It's not technology for technology's sake. It's technology to help our customers. And so, that's the vision for JFI in the near future.
Do you have any roadmaps regarding the products that you might be rolling out over the next 12 months?
Because we're looking at how we anticipate the pandemic is going to affect our clubs, we're really just trying to work closely with them. So, anticipating possible closures in some states, and some states it's even region by region. So we didn't think it was very bright of us to try to guess 12 months down the road. We said, let's focus in the short term. We'll have a long-term strategy that builds in with contingencies. So that's really been our strategy, is let's talk to our customers, work closely with them. I'm excited for some of our online pieces that we're adding It's going to help our customers continue to service their members. Some of the APIs that we're adding so that our partner companies can continue to add functionality and integrate with JFI. And so that way, whether it's a mobile experience, an online experience, we're trying to meet our customers' customers where they're at this moment in time. And that is really our focus right now.
Sure. So I would imagine you're getting a lot of client-specific requests right now. Mm-hmm. What is your process on delivering on that?
Well, so we have a CRM, and we do something called VOCs, and a VOC is a voice of the customer. So, we take in these voice of the customer requests, and we go through and we vet them. We try to see if they align with the business strategy of, all of our other customers, or is it market specific to that area of the country, like geographic location, and that's why the need is there. And so we take all of those pieces into account and try to align them with how do they best fit in building blocks for our roadmap. After we've selected certain things, instead of jumping right into development, we jump right into design because we always feel that we should be designing first. And so we have hired a UX researcher actually after the pandemic started because we felt it was even more important to focus on that design time. So we've been closely collaborating with specific customer partners with our design team, taking their feedback, implementing prototypes, doing customer research, and then implementing that customer search. And that's actually how we got to that virtual classes piece that I talked to you about earlier is what do our clients actually need? They need to use the tools they already have. They need to use the license they have. They don't want us to reinvent the wheel. What is the best way to do that? And that's why we started at design and not at development.
Sure, that makes sense. So let's shift gears a little bit. You have a background in security, PCI compliance. How does that play into your current role as you're navigating this new pandemic era business?
Yeah, I couldn't say that it is honestly always a passion of mine. I am passionate about privacy. I'm a true believer in automation, and that's really kind of how this R&D and security and privacy relationship kind of sync up together. That's where my ideate comes from when I'm thinking about what are ways that we can meet our customer needs and still deliver the privacy and security that they deserve. So there's a philosophy called shift left. And that is honestly the approach that I take to almost any problem. And if I'm not sure how to solve it, I'm like, well, how do I solve it at scale? I don't want to just solve it this one time. I want to solve it in a way where I can shift left, recreate whatever my solution is and do it over and over again. So JFI has a long history of security awareness and being part of a larger financial company, Fiserv, and coming to Jonas through acquisition and being born out of that. So we have a lot of experience at JFI in security and privacy, and it's even been my focus in the past, obviously.
So everyone has a way that they measure success every day. You guys are in a unique business. Your industry has been changed significantly more than some others. How are you measuring success today?
So I think about the design, aspect of what we do and the conversations and the collaborations we have with each other. Measuring success on a daily basis, it's trying to hit a moving target. It's never the same, and it's never the same problem, which makes this job fun. But specifically about design, I was reviewing a design session that our design team held with a customer just the other day, and at the end of the session, the customer said, "I love you guys." And that just had the most impactful, that was the most impactful part of that review for me. And it just reminded me how important it is what we do and who we're trying to serve and why we're trying to serve them. We want to serve our operators so that they can provide, a physical wellness space for their customers. And I think that couldn't be more important than it is right now. So we want to continue that. So that way, we can support our customers and keeping the focus on health and wellness.
Thank you. That was great. Appreciate our time together. I know it was limited. We got through a lot of things, but we have run out of time. Thank you, Tony, for joining me today. Please visit comspark.tech for additional interviews. Have a great day.